So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. It is 10:07 and Taja's still making coffee, so she can hear me though, right, Taja?
We got it.
Okay, so house shows is this Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Time has been moved. It was going to be 6:30. It's now 7:30. They've moved it back, so the doors open at 7:30. That'll be coming out in an announcement through email today or tomorrow, as far as when that's going to happen. If you ordered merchandise, the new T-shirts and hats, those will be coming in next Wednesday, and then I will make arrangements to be here at the office some point. I don't know yet when that's going to be, to distribute that. The billing is going to come directly from Rachel and back in the accounting department, so she's going to handle billing you if you ordered something. Next Wednesday is 10 a.m. pastries with James Cate Roofing and Solar. The 28th is our office hours, so Tanner's out of town, but I'll be here next Wednesday at 10. And then James Cate, who is Jana Seals, one of her roofers, they do roofing and solar, so they're coming in at 10 a.m. with pastries. And then we've got Scott Pendleton from First United Mortgage coming in at 11:30 for lunch and learn. Important, next Thursday at 11:30 is the 6th Ave Town Hall. For you guys that are new, this is a very different animal. It is a combined meeting between storytelling, construction design, and us. Storytelling is not part of that, part of me. It's construction and design and us. So we all meet here in the house. We're thinking about taking this quarterly town hall off-site at some point. We've got some ideas, so we're tossing those around if we want to do that. But please make plans to be here. It's about an hour and a half long at 11:30 next Thursday, the 29th. Quickly, the rest of the things coming for training, lunch and learns will continue through August the 9th. So every Wednesday, I'll have lunch and learn. And then starting the 15th of August will be our next 100 Days to Greatness. So if you're interested in joining that, Mina, I think you'd be a good candidate for 100 Days to Greatness. That's going to be on Wednesdays, and that will be from 11:30 until 2. So it's a little bit longer. After we get past the first 7 classes, it kind of shortens up a little bit. But that'll be every Wednesday, and that starts August 16th and goes all the way through Thanksgiving. And then for our more experienced agents, Pathway to Mastery will start in September the 5th, and that's going to be 8 weeks. September the 5th, and that's on Tuesdays. So I'll send all that stuff out, and I actually send you a note card with a personal invitation from me. So if you're a more experienced agent, you're going to get a Pathway to Mastery Essentials invitation, and then people that are newer will get 100 Days to Greatness. At this point, we're going to call in our fabulous, perfect marketing director, Miss Kayla Fithian, who's got some information she wants to share. And hello, Ashley. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, Brian, what a great introduction.
Hi.
You're awesome.
Well,
If you don't mind, would you stand right over there so that people on the web can see you?
Oh my gosh. Whatever you need to be. Yeah.
You can sit, you can stand, whatever you're comfortable with.
I'll stand, Brian. Okay. I made a presentation, but I don't think it's even worth putting up there. Just a bunch of points.
Okay.
I can hold it up for you people if you want to see. It's nothing pretty. It's the same exact template as last time, but today I just want to talk about LinkedIn specifically for social media. We've been revamping our LinkedIn, and then whenever I was going to tag everybody, I noticed a lot of our agents aren't on LinkedIn, and I really think it's a big benefit for agents, but just also for 6th Ave as a company, for us all to be on LinkedIn. So I put together a couple reasons on why, and I'll send this in the Slack to social stuff too, so that y'all can go through and look at it. But just a little difference of why you should be on LinkedIn over other social media profiles. LinkedIn is designed for business, and it's designed to be more of a professional channel. So yes, I know last time we talked about on all social medias, we talked about Facebook, we talked about Instagram, we talked about TikTok, we talked a little bit about TikTok, not a ton, but I think the main difference of why LinkedIn should be utilized differently is because you'll create a more professional network. Targeting leads through professional relationships is a big deal, especially because LinkedIn uses the algorithm. They have their own algorithm, and they'll have suggested connections with behind the scenes things. So like if you like a post that has something to do with real estate, then it'll start popping up other people that have real estate interests, or other people that are connected with other real estate agents, or anything along those lines. And also, once you build in, even if you're not active on LinkedIn, but you have your key things put in, say, so for instance, I went to Texas Tech. So other people that went to Texas Tech come up on my feed, and then we have like an immediate connection along those lines. And then it opens up the door to other people that are around. So yeah, that's just kind of a little overview of like what LinkedIn does from the background. Also, I think like going off of that too, like I think it would be like an easy way to be like, hey, I see you went to Texas Tech. I have people reach out to me like this all the time. Hey, I see you went to Texas Tech, or hey, I see you played soccer at Texas Tech. Would love to connect, and let me know if you like ever need anything, something along those lines. Just so then, like from a more professional standpoint, rather than like posting on Instagram, or also just even you're reaching a bigger, different database of people that you don't even know. Where I do think you should still be on your social media platforms and still posting the same thing, but this is just an extra added toolbox or tool in your toolbox that you could add in, especially whenever it doesn't like take a whole lot extra. The same thing you're doing on your social media profiles, you just also pop in on LinkedIn. So it's not going to take you any extra time. It's not going to do anything else. And even if you don't want to be active on there, the least that you should do is add a profile picture and add your information in it. So then the algorithm's working for you on connections. I'm not very active on my personal one. I'm very active on our social ones, but or on our company ones. But just the fact of me putting where I work at 6th Ave has made my connections grow. Once you reach 500 connections, you like unleash whatever they're higher up. You can pay for the package of getting straight to the 500 links or whatever. Or if you get 500 links, then you are opened up to all these other unlimited searches. The algorithm working for you. It's sending you all of these requests of other people. So I've connected with everybody that's an agent that has LinkedIn, everybody that works here. And it's now opening up and sending me all these other invites and creating my feed to be more relevant of a profile that is professional. So that's just kind of a little overview. I also said like how in this thing I put how to best utilize LinkedIn. If you're going to do absolutely nothing, the bare minimum, if you want to do like, I don't want to even be active, but at least like have an account. You should definitely at least have a profile picture. A survey showed that 21 times more profile views and 9 times more connection requests and 36 times more messages from just people with a profile picture. So definitely at least have a profile picture if you're going to have one, and just do the bare minimum of your information. And then if you are wanting to be active but you don't want to post yourself, then the least you should do is like things that you want the algorithm to create your connections to. So like if you want your algorithm to be real estate, then just go, and there's so many groups kind of like Facebook and so many things along those lines that if you go and like something along those lines, or go join a page or like a page on LinkedIn, then it'll create your algorithm and your professional portfolio, and people will grow for you automatically without you having to even do anything. So bare minimum, if you like things, the hashtag real estate has over 4 million followers on LinkedIn. So that's like such a wide range of, if you're only following that hashtag, your algorithm is growing by like 4 million followers. So also I think this would be a great way for you guys. I know Maria is not on here anymore. She popped off, but she's
pulling in.
Okay. She does a lot she's been doing a lot of open house recently, and I think this is a great place for you to post those open houses. I think Instagram's good too, but a lot of times, and we try our hardest to repost them too. But if they're on weekends, sometimes we miss them. But I think that will be such a wider range too. If you're using the hashtag real estate and you're being exposed to 400 million followers, that's like such a greater exposure rate than just your personal people. And especially like I said, a professional portfolio rather than just like your personal portfolio of your friends and your family, which is still great, and you're still building a story on that end. But from a more professional aspect, you're gaining eyes for even much wider range without even trying. And then we've kind of talked about this on our one-on-one, but you can like plan if you have like a if you have a platform that will help you, you can plan to where you literally do nothing on LinkedIn. You always just have the checked, and then they'll automatically post for you, which literally you're doing absolutely nothing at that point. And then the last thing I had on here was just about how to utilize 6th Ave with this tool. One, blog content. We've seen the most success when we've started posting blogs on LinkedIn, because since it is a more professional portfolio, people want to be able to read, people want to see what's going on. You guys are constantly doing research about what's going on with the market. That would be something so easy to pop up there. But for easy free content that we have already created is there's the blogs that we already have on our website for you guys to use. So that would be so super easy for you to pop on there, and that would be such a great platform rather than doing it on Facebook or Instagram, which those are still good platforms, but this is like targeted directly to profile or to professional profiles. So and then also lean on us, and like I said, put where you work, and then it'll open up. Every person that we have will open up to you automatically without you doing anything. And also us reaching out and liking people will then grow to you. So that's pretty much it. Reminders. Closing photos. That's like LinkedIn gold, as in you're showing I'm winning, I'm doing great. This is like a huge, they like to see, the algorithm likes to see like milestones and accomplishments. Whenever you say like my job update, it automatically like has so many people get exposure to that. So any kind of closing photos are LinkedIn gold. We've posted some of y'all's closing photos, but I haven't been able to tag you guys because people aren't active on LinkedIn, or you have a private LinkedIn, or you don't have a picture or anything along those lines. So
You guys posting that your co-brokerage managers as part of your job description would be good on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I think that's LinkedIn gold. And especially if we post that, the ability for us to tag will automatically work in everyone else's algorithm. So like, even if you don't have an active LinkedIn and you're not personally posting, by 6th Ave being able to tag you, it's going and creating your algorithm and giving you exposure and helping all of your professional profile grow. Even though you're not doing literally anything, but just the ability for us to tag you and make it relevant on your page is creating the algorithm behind the scenes. So I really encourage you to, bare minimum, at least have one with a picture with all of your information in it, and make it not private so that we can tag you guys. So it's working behind the scenes while you're doing literally nothing. You're not even having to work for it. I'm doing all that work. I think if you really want to push yourself, you should be active on it. And if you want to go above and beyond, you should make sure that you're doing different content. I have that on here, but resharing, liking, interacting with the hashtag, certain hashtags, and then also actually physically posting. And whenever you post, you want to make sure that you're posting like organic posts, but then also utilizing those blogs and making articles and pictures too. So that's just my professional opinion. If you hate it, don't want to take it, don't take it. I won't be offended. But we were talking and I realized a lot of people aren't on LinkedIn. So I figured I'd pop in here and just encourage you guys. I know it's like a lot of work. It seems like a lot of work, but just even connecting with the people that you know, or each other alone is like more than nothing. So.
Well, I followed 6th Ave Homes and it says following. So I guess that.
Yeah, so then you're following her page.
Okay.
I have 945 connections.
Okay, she's a queen.
How do you tell how many connections you
I
have?
think it's probably just being with EXP
You
for
can-
so long.
It says when you
My
scroll down,
network,
yeah, on your
manage my network.
Oh, there you are. You
Yeah.
you invited me. You invited, so
yeah, and that's another thing. Good thing you brought that up, Brian. Well, invitations are huge, like growing your own personal page, but also growing 6th Ave's page. So you can send a page or invite somebody and it'll grow your profile, which is really a good thing that I think that we should start maybe doing. It's so easy. It takes 5 seconds, but just sharing that page with somebody else, especially, I don't think you can do that until you say that you work there. Once you say that you work there, then you can like go and share it, but it'll help create that algorithm. And then also it'll help make your people relevant to our people. So it'll open you up to any person that we have too. So I'm going to send a recap email too, just with this PowerPoint linked, and then also just some tips at the bottom of what I think that we should all be doing, and also some relevant things that are quick and easy and take like 5 seconds that I think will just be beneficial overall to grow your professional portfolio if you decide to create LinkedIn.
cool.
Cool.
Thank you, Kayla. That was outstanding news, outstanding info.
Okay, thanks for letting me come in here. You have a
Absolutely.
great rest of your meeting.
Thank you. Good luck on your next meeting.
Thanks. You want me to close it?
Yeah, you can close it.
I had a question.
Yes, ma'am.
It got a little choppy on my end when she said, did she say we have to get invited in order to share the 6 app invite?
Uh,
What
no,
is
just-
that?
Go into LinkedIn and sign in if you've already got a profile there. And then we're up at the top where it says search, type 6TH space AVE, and we should pop up as a business. Follow that. Kayla, if you're on there, Kayla has looked and sent you an invitation. So once you accept her invitation, then it'll open all of her contacts that she already has up to you. And you can just go through what I just did and click Jamie and Jimmy. And
Oh, okay.
you see, and you just connect to those people and it starts to build our 6th company.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Very good. Okay. I'm going to give a very quick market update. Danielle said that she was going to join us, but she has not. And this was something that she asked about. So I'm going to share this information with everyone. Hi.
Hey.
Okay, checking in. Gracie's sitting over here behind me and I can only see her on the screen up there. Okay, so market update. Inventory in Fort Worth was static for the 3rd month in a row with only 2 months of inventory in March, April. The busy spring and summer for real estate ramped up. Prospective home buyers felt the pinch of a limited number of listings. As a result, home prices continued their slow climb, although they are still down from the spring of 2022. Median home price in Fort Worth was $340,000, 7.4% decrease year over year. Tarrant County was $356,500, which is a 5% decrease year over year. Mortgage rates are a factor. Homeowners who want to move are deciding to wait because they are locked into the 3 to 4%, and they don't want to buy at 7. In addition, sellers delaying their plans. In addition to sellers delaying their plans, buyers may be waiting things out as well due to persistent high hurdles to affordability. A recent report from NAR and Realtor.com reveals that the country's housing inventory crunch impacts middle-income buyers more than any other income bracket. Middle-income buyers can afford to buy less than a quarter, 23% of listings in the current market. 5 years ago, this income group could afford to buy half of all available homes. Active listings are up 47% in both Fort Worth and Tarrant County, and more than 100% in Parker County.
Yeah, it's really taking people.
So there are more options than there were a year ago for the buyer who's ready and able to get into the market. Days on the market are trending downward to 45 days in Fort Worth, 41 days in Tarrant County. Multiple offer situations still coming up when the right home becomes available. I'm going to show you a couple of things. So everybody bear with me while I show you these things. I'm going to show you first. Let me see if I can get over here and present this. So I told you guys several months ago about Benchmark Mortgage is who I use. I've got 2 loan officers from there that work out of Benchmark. One of my loan officers, Denise Donahue, runs a spreadsheet that she shares with her realtors. I'm saying this to the camera because I figure if y'all want to look at me, you can look at me there and it's the same thing. So I hope that's okay.
No, we're
Okay,
good. You're
okay.
not hurting feelings.
Okay. So they run a actual Excel spreadsheet in the background of the contracts that they've taken this year. And I'm going to show you that spreadsheet, and I've actually put it into an Excel that's on my computer so that I can organize it and show you what people are doing. My thought process in doing this is if we can gauge what the rest of the market is in real time doing, it gives us a leg up when we're working with a buyer and we're taking them to look at a house. If we see that houses in Fort Worth are having multiple offers and they're going for 7 to 8% above list price, well, then you know what to expect walking in there with your buyer. If you didn't have this data, then you wouldn't have that information to start with. Does that make sense? Does it?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Having real-time numbers
Yeah.
of what the rest of the market is doing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me present this. I'll present my entire screen because I have to present. Hang on. how do I do this? I want to show, let me put this up here. Screen one, that'll be fine. And I'll share it and then let me see if it'll let me pull in this. Yay, it worked. Look at me go. Okay, so this is the real-time data. So we can look at individual cities here and see what now, of course, it just depends on what this particular mortgage officer is writing. So this is a pretty large team, and these are the houses that they've done. The execution dates over here on the left-hand side. That's the way it came into me. But then I wanted to organize it by city because that way we can pull out data that's actually relevant to us. Because honestly, I don't care what's going on in Frisco.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to see it occasionally, but it doesn't affect me. What's going on in Fort Worth, what's going on in Burleson, those are things that are important to me because that could tell me if something's going on in Burleson, I can almost guarantee you that it's going on the west side, Lake Worth, some of those other areas over there, which could also bleed into where you guys are.
Right.
They're not writing a lot in Parker County. If we go down, let me go over here and see this list here. I've got McKinney, Melissa, Prosper, Rockwall, Springtown. So there's a Springtown. That one listed at $299 and they offered it, let's see, what is that? Sales price is $292. So they went 7,000 below to get the offer. That makes sense?
Does this?
Huh?
Does this show concessions?
It does when after they get it done, that category, that G right there, I believe that column, seller concessions. See it?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry, I'm blind.
that's okay. This is hard to read up here on this small screen. But so in Weatherford, they didn't give any concessions. They offered 360. This one right here offered 360. That's list price. Paid 350. Agreed finally to 355 with no concessions. $200 in 7 days. $200 for option, 7-day option. That's their earnest money, and that's their financing contingency. So if these numbers, and I pull these numbers every once in a while. So as we pull these numbers, we can see just a real quick glimpse of what the market from this lender is doing. If I had access to everybody, it'd be fantastic, but at least I have something other than what I've ever had in my entire career, having this kind of information. Do you see how this, are you turning it in your head? I
Yes.
see it boiling.
Mhm.
But these are really cool because at least we can see that this NRH. So this is North Richland Hills. It was listed at 375, 425 sales price.
Cute. That's what I was seeing, and then that my listing is like just sitting. That's what I was seeing.
Let me see if I can make,
It was like 2.2. I think it was 2% over list price is what I was seeing when I ran comps. Is what North Richland Hills listings were getting.
let me see if I can freeze these, freeze the top row. There we go. Okay, that helps us. Okay, so now NRH. So here it is right here, Holly. That's the NRH one. And so you can see this is May 15th. That's when it executed. List price of 375. They paid 425. They gave them a full appraisal waiver with zero option.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's.
Lower, much lower
outliers.
price.
Right,
Well,
outliers.
yeah.
It is.
It's
It
much
is.
lower
But
price,
but it's something.
but also, but when I ran comps, that's about what I was seeing, not the waiver. I didn't see that because
You can't see the
But
waivers.
I saw they were getting about 2% over list price, like less than 10 days on market. And
Yeah.
then it like tanked.
It did, and it's changing constantly,
Yeah.
obviously.
But I do think with the Feds not raising rates last week.
Well, he's talking this morning. He talked at 9. I don't know what he
They
said.
Last week.
I haven't seen what he said. Anyway, so I wanted to show you guys this. Now, I'm going to move away from this. I'm going to stop presenting this. And if you guys wanted to see this, holler at me and I will send this to you so you can see the spreadsheet. I don't mind sending it out, what I've got as of today. Okay, so this mortgage company that Tanner said, hey, it'd be good for you to get on this newsletter. I want you guys to think about this, and I'm going to slow my roll and talk a little bit slower than I normally talk for the next 3 minutes.
Okay.
Because I want you to get this in your brain. Historical average appreciation is 3.5%. Okay? Historical. If a client purchases a home $15,000 over asking price, they will break even on their investment in 15 months.
Still.
Meaning, if the client plans on being in the home for more than 15 months, they'll make money on the deal, even bidding over ask. There is no advantage in waiting to purchase a home until rates come down because all the other buyers are thinking that. When rates drop, you will need more cash to purchase the same home. If clients are on the fence to purchase something and are okay with the monthly payment, do it now, refinance in the future. If they plan on being there for more than 15 months, they will make money on the deal, even if they offer over asking price. Does that make sense?
What is that? What article is that Fort Worth?
MF lending.
Okay.
It's, let me see if I can, give me a second to get over to this. And he gave us, I've got another thing I'm about to show you. MF Lending is the name of the subscription that I go to. Okay, so I want to show
The
you
link
guys.
is in our Slack too. He had sent the invite to MF Lending on our Slack.
Okay, and I've been getting it, and that hit me yesterday. I want to show you this form. Give me just a second. The Google Keep. Okay, so I'm going to present this. Here is his numbers from what we just spoke about. The cost of waiting analysis. If you wait 6 months, it will cost you $8,631 to wait. If you wait 1 year, cost you $13,000 in equity. 2 years, $36,000.
Oh,
Waiting 3 years cost you $60,000. This is just one scenario, but I thought that this was so brilliant.
Yeah.
To give to a buyer client. Danielle had people that were on the fence.
right. And that's truly what we're combating. I mean, like with top line.
Yep.
Like it's a struggle because I think I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking even like my personal house in the last 3 to 4 years, the appreciation jumped almost 40%.
Correct.
It's delivering that message to the consumer that is not a healthy move, that a 3 to 5% increase every year is healthier. And I guess
Absolutely.
we'll continue.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to present this to you. This was yesterday's MF rates, New Wave Lending, just so that we can compare where they are. So 2 weeks ago, that top rate was at 7%. Now it's down to 6.75. This is yesterday. This is not today, but at least it gives us an idea of what you can do. I mean, buying 1 point makes your payment go down $200, but drops that rate to 6.25. So I closed yesterday with VHI, with D.R. Horton,
Right.
new construction. My people got 5.75%.
I just closed on at 5.25.
Awesome.
It was in Weatherford and Ranges West.
So the things people are out there. There are things that we can be doing for our clients. We just have to be talking to them about these things. If you need talking points, once this gets onto YouTube and somebody goes to look at it, you're welcome to reach out to me. If you've got a situation of talking points, happy to give you some information as far as what we do. You and I talk several times a month of, hey, this is my situation. I just need to bounce it off of you.
Yeah.
I don't tell you anything that you don't already know.
Right.
You just need to think through it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm here
I
for.
really think more than anything that would be effective at this point is getting this information out into social media mediums. Because I mean, I think Holly's probably the same way. I have a clientele, like, and this is something I've never combated in the 10 years. Is my older clients who are buying homes who are 50, 55, 60, they're now worried about these interest rates, not because they can't refinance, but what does it look like for 30 years worth of interest? But it's trying to
But the simple,
It's just the whole thing is like you're understanding like 3.3% interest wasn't healthy for the economy.
correct.
That's why it's hitting you at the grocery store. This is what happens when we take such drastic measure. And now you have to pay for it on the other end. So that's why I'm trying.
But the simple talking point to that is, yes, it's 6.75% now. But there's an election coming. Things are going to change. The market is going to change. Interest rates are going to change. And all of the lenders that we work with are probably going to offer free refis in 2 years when interest rates get below that 5% mark. They're just going to. They can't, I mean, it's gonna be a booming market for refis in 2 to 3 years because people had to buy at this rate. But it's obviously it's better than sitting on it for another year and costing yourself $13,000. It's costing you $1,000 a month.
I think just having breakdowns. I know that I do this, like, I mean, I'm kind of spoiled one with my brother being a mortgage lender, but I try to have them price the fee sheets out where if we take, instead of putting 15% down, because it's that weird spot where people are, put 5%, 10%, or 15% down. So we have it break it down, but then I have him break it down to where it's like, what if we buy our rate down? Instead of tucking that money into the principal, why don't we tuck it in here and see what it makes budget wise?
Absolutely.
So it's really been helpful to combat those things with people where I'm like, if it were me, I would buy my rate down.
Okay, so in conclusion, just kidding, Maria. Maria's here.
No, I heard your point as far as the older people, or even some of the young ones with the interest rate and then getting to that 6 is hard to swallow.
It is. But the refis are right there. The refis are right around the corner. So it's just a matter of, it still makes more sense because house prices are not going to go, probably not going to go down over the next 3 years. It would have to be such a financial shift in our country to have house values go down. Are prices coming down some?
Yes.
Yes, but were they overinflated
Yes.
over the last 3 years? Absolutely. I'm going to give you an example, and I'm sorry but this is all I have to give you. I have a guy that called me, what's today? Wednesday. Monday at 12 o'clock and said, I need to see this house at 2. And I said, okay, I'll go show it to you over in 76137 North Fort Worth, Keller area, but
Right.
Fort Worth. And then I got an email 20 minutes later that said, we have multiple offers, best and final by 3 o'clock. Texted the guy and said, we have to go at 1 if we have any shot of getting a contract together at 3. He said, okay. So I scheduled an appointment, went over. He's an all cash buyer. House was listed at 430. We offered, and he and I stood there in the house and talked about it and said, how much do you want? He said, how much is it going to take? This is the house I want. I said, probably 445 if they've got multiple offers. 445, 450.
I think we're good, you know.
Yeah,
That was at 451.
okay. So
And pay title.
So I said, okay, let me get home and I'll write the offer and get it back to you. Jump in my car, start driving, call the guy, call the agent and said, hey, all cash buyer, is 440 going to get it? See it?
He said yes.
He said, you'll be very competitive. So I bought my guy $10,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and what I put in the text message was, I hate to ask this, but is 440 going to get us this house? Because as a listing agent, I hate it when agents do that.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's newish.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
No better.
You can take advantage.
But I mean, I do that. I make phone calls and I'm like, just tell me where to gauge myself.
Yeah.
These are our thought processes.
Yep.
Tell me what feedback I can go back to my client and say, yes, you are competitive, or no, you're not even in the ballpark.
Right. And if you can't count on, nor can you discount the expertise or seniority of the other agent on the other side. So it doesn't hurt to ask. The worst they can say is, I'm not going to. If I did that to Tasha, Tasha would be like, Brian, I'm not going to tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay, but if I gave you a number, could you tell me if we're in the right?
Okay.
In the ballpark.
Okay. Yeah, that's an acceptable thing. But then we get into those situations we had 2 and 3 years ago of, I've got 40 offers. I can't, yeah, you can tell me a number, but I can't tell you what all these people are gonna, I mean, until I go through them all and put them on a spreadsheet, I have no idea what these people are offering.
Yeah.
As a listing agent. But when you get right now, 5, okay, 2 offers is a multiple offer situation. So if you got 2 to 5, you got a shot. Maybe 10,000. It does not hurt to call and make
Yeah.
that question.
And y'all, don't make fun of me about the 351 because that's
no,
literally
yeah.
how I won so many multiple offers is because people offer in price ranges,
Yes.
right? Oh, 325, 350, and I'd be like 353, 300. And, I would tell the listing agent, I'm like, hey, $3,500 thing to Vegas.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh,
Right.
Yeah.
okay, I like your perspective.
Yeah.
I'm like, just kind of adding that little sweeter spot because in financing, it's not gonna matter. anyway.
Well, and so what I did for that guy was we offered $440 cash, and then we offered to pay the title policy, which is $2,700. And then the guy's like, well, why am I paying the title policy? I said, because you're not paying $10,000 and you're giving the seller $2,700. We sweetened that deal by 12.7. You see that? Okay. Because that was the difference between us and the other offer. They took the other offer as a backup.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But they got yours.
They took mine.
Yeah.
So, doesn't hurt to sell a $440,000 house in an hour.
No,
I like those.
I really like those. I like the what's and done.
Yeah.
Yep, one and done. Okay, that is all I have. Let me double check my notes real quick to make sure that I didn't miss anything.
Have you
Um,
noticed though that these, I know Charlie Brown does it a lot. You'll go like really low on the price, you'll go on the very low end of the price point. And he is always in multiple offers.
You know what? That doesn't
All
charge me. Boy,
the
that,
time.
I can't tell you how many times he's told listing to me.
Yeah.
Because he'd go right below the belt. I was, oh.
Yep.
That's usually my strategy when I'm listing one in Eagle Ranch, which is off of Boat Club in Saginaw. 3,800 square foot, 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 2-car garage, giant house. Houses have sold for $490 in this price, in this size, but I'm going to list it at probably either $449 or $454 in that vicinity. I haven't decided yet, but the reason is I think I can get somebody to buy it at $475. But if I price it at $449.9, then I capture the buyer at $450, but I also capture the buyer at $475 and at $500. It's close to the lake. It's not bad for boat club access. And it's 3,800 square foot. So somebody that needs a five bedroom with a media and study.
Yep.
So that's always been my strategy. Well, it's been my strategy for the last 3 years. Until you get the investor client that wants to overprice it by $30,000. And then you just do what you're told to do until you get down, you whittle it down to the price point you told him in November. And now I'm selling it for $2,000 more than what I told him. 6 months later. Okay, that's it. Mina, Ashley, thank you guys for joining us. I'm going to stop the recording here and we'll sign off. Then we're going to come back on in about probably around 11:15 for the lunch and learn with the inspection ladies. So you can come back on at about 11:15 if you're still around. Otherwise, we'll see you guys later. I'll put this up on YouTube for everybody to look and view. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.